on Ice Hockey UK TV in association with SMP Europe. I'm joined by the GB Under-18s head coach, Sean Easton. Sean, thanks for joining us. I guess my first question is, how excited are you and the staff and the players to finally get back into competitive action?
Oh, we can't wait. I've been head coach now for 2 years and we haven't played a game yet. So, yeah, we can't wait to get going. It's a great group of guys we've got this year. And we're just fingers crossed that everything's green and go ahead with the World Championships end of March. Luckily, 20s had a good number of 18s with them. So they're going to share their experience from December in Romania. So that's a big positive for us.
Yeah, how crucial are those small select players that played for the 20s? How crucial will they be, do you think, to, as you mentioned, all those players who are going for the first time?
I think it's just they can guide the players through of the do's and the don'ts, the tournament rules, how you conduct yourself, the little things that you probably wouldn't get to experience at club level. And it's just a bit of a calming head of, we've been here, we've done that. Let's get back on track now.
What about the camps that you've had so far? I guess going back to kind of mid last summer, when you got back on the ice after COVID, midway through last year, I guess you built from there. I just wonder how important that moment was when you were finally able to get back onto the ice.
I was lucky enough to be on the ice during COVID with the Spring Cup series, so we were playing through. But yeah, I mean, our very first camp, the identification camp we held up in Sheffield, I was talking to quite a few players and their rink still hadn't opened. So that was their first time on the ice through the COVID spell. Even going into our second identification camp in Dundee, their rink still wasn't open. So it's, for the players, it's been a tough task for them to kind of prepare to their best for a GB camp.
Yeah, you make a valid point there. It was all about the players, wasn't it? I mean, it couldn't go on much longer through no fault of anyone's, but the COVID rules. But, you know, it was almost, I guess, maybe you were going to miss a generation of players. So it couldn't come soon enough, could it?
No, definitely not. It's a good year. The 18s team this year looks strong. We've had to cut very good players to get to our final selection. So it was important for us to kind of get this going this year. Otherwise, it's going to have a knock-on effect in years to come with the 20s.
You mentioned at the start about the players who haven't got World Championship experience, a lot of the players who are under 18 and younger even. I wonder sort of what can we expect? There's to kind of GB fans and obviously wider fans, there'll be a lot of new names. What can we expect from these 22 players that will be going to the World Championship?
This group of 18s will be very hard working. We've got a great mixture of skill, hunger, speed. As some of the 18s that went with the 20s, they just love the game. They're buzzing around on the ice. There's going to be a lot of determination this year from the 18s. I think this year is different to the previous, where previous years we've had a lot of elite league experience, guys that have been in elite league teams that maybe not getting the ice time. This year, a lot of our guys are playing senior hockey at either NHL 1 or National League level, and they're playing good minutes and playing important roles. So I think we're going to have a more rounded team this year. From top to, all four lines are very well balanced.
And you mentioned that there. I just want to pick up on that. Just how important is it that players are playing? You know, is there no substitute for playing time?
No substitute at all. You can watch as much hockey as you want, but until you get into them situations, you're never going to settle into a game unless you've been in them situations over and over again. Like I said, some of our 18s are playing special teams at national level. So by playing in them roles and having the experience of the players around them, it's going to pay dividends.
You mentioned it's going to be a team of hard workers. You know, that's one thing that you want. Is that kind of stemming from what you want personally to see in this team? Is it an ethos that you want to instill in them?
100%. All my teams, we skate hard. Every team I coach, teams find it hard to play against us because we're just relentless in how we play. We're hard on forechecks, we're hard in our D zone just because we skate